Hi guys, it's Raven here. Today is Monday, October 5th, 2020. Today makes 1 year since I've been living here. The first videos I did was in the bedroom. Talk about living here. First video I did was living in the bedroom. Can't even talk straight. Uh, Most of them were made in this room, but on the couch over there, um, you know, reason why I'm here now is because, if you recall, I had a bed bug issue a few months back, and let's see, July and this is October, yeah, a few months back. I've done one video. I can only recall doing one video in the kitchen, dining area, the kitchen and dining area. It's really one big room there. It's the biggest room in the whole house. Um, that was the day when my old computer crashed. That was its second crash that just completely stopped working, and it's only worked once since. Uh, and I had to get this computer, the one I'm using now. A lot has happened since I lived here. One of the most notable things was that, given the situation where I was living at before I moved here, remember I told you I was dealing with a lawsuit. And back in February, I received a letter. February 15th, exactly. As a matter of fact, if you go back into my, look through my videos, you'll find a video that's titled Case Dismissed Without Prejudice. And I was posing the question about what that letter meant. And, it meant the case got thrown out. But if I'm understanding it correctly, that only within a certain time could they reopen that case back up and they could try it again. But you could see that the case was set to be heard. The trial was set to be in March. But like I said, on February 15th, I got a letter saying that the case was dismissed without prejudice. And at least I think it said without prejudice. I I don't have the letter anymore. My aunt still has a copy that for her son, but see, it's worded the same way because her son and I are both defendants. Well, we're the defendants in that case. The landlord was suing to recover not only lost rent but damages to the property, which we did not. The black mold that was there before I even moved in. So first she wanted this amount, then she increased it, and then she increased it more. And it's like, is this even legal? I guess here in Ohio it is. I mean, she first it went to like what, 1,500. Then she increased it up to about 2,000 something, and then she upped it to over 3,000. And I remember the one time the judge told us, try to settle this out of court. I really don't want to have to see this go to trial. And so we met in a room outside the courtroom. A very small, tiny room at that. And I looked at her and I said, you know what? I live on a fixed income. I don't know how you're going to get $3,000 out of me, but I ain't got it. Because see, that's what she was doing. She was suing for $3,000 some odd dollars each, not combined, each. And so, it was she just kept upping the amount. And, fortunately, the case got thrown out. I had never gone to court before this as a defendant. And I've never had it, well, so now I have, but I've never had it gone to trial as a defendant. I've gone to pre-trials as a defendant. Pre-trial, there was 3 of them. So, yeah, I think there was 3. And, see, when I moved here, it was later in that month when I had to go to court, and they asked me, have you moved out? I said, yeah. And they said, well, have you turned the key in? I said, no, I still have the key because they never asked for it back. Well, that was a mistake right there, but I was being honest. You don't want to lie in court. I said, I still have the key, but I haven't been in the apartment. Because see, here in Ohio, they have a law where if you're asked to leave, they have to give you 3 days. And after that 3rd day, they can call the sheriff's department, come to wherever you're living at, and throw your stuff out. My aunt had somebody who was renting a room living with her. Well, here's the problem with that. She didn't sign a contract. But she did make a verbal agreement that she was going to pay the rent, but she was never asked to leave. And now they're basically holding this lady's stuff until she pays the rent. And I don't know if she can really ask law enforcement to help her get her stuff back. So I don't know what's going on with that. So like I said in the beginning video, we've had a lot happen since I've been here in the 1 year. Of course, the biggest story is this illness that we got going on out there. And over 209,000 Americans have died from this. 209,000. That was at last check before I came on this, started doing this video. And I don't know how many cases, I couldn't remember how many, what the total number of cases were. But 2 of those belong to President Trump and his wife. And I think he said he became the 6th world leader to have a positive diagnosis. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Boris Johnson from United Kingdom have it twice? But he beat it. And now they're talking about today possibly releasing Trump from the hospital. I'm sitting there thinking, if he just got the diagnosis last week, and he was only in the hospital since Friday, and this is Monday. No, Thursday evening. Because it was early Thursday morning when I got up. The first thing I read was that he announced on Twitter that he and his wife, Melania, had tested positive. And this was after one of his staffers who picked was carrying it. And then our governor, Mike DeWine, was saying that nobody from the Trump administration notified him. Hey, we know somebody here, that somebody in our, that's with us had tested positive. Because now it's exposing thousands of people here in Ohio. And needless to say, Mike DeWine wasn't happy about it. I guess he has the right to be angry because when you come into a state that he governs and he's trying his best to get the cases down, and then yet you're adding fuel to the fire, basically, is what was going on. And so let's see what other things that happened. Heard my dad, from my dad, for the first time in early September. And I think I mentioned in previous videos that my dad was blind. And he still is. But seeing his blindness is a cataract issue. He can't see until he gets the cataracts removed. And I think that once he's going to get his cataracts removed, he's probably going to have to start wearing glasses. I asked him if he was wearing glasses. No, he said he was too far gone for that. Celebrities, athletes have died, like Kobe Bryant. I think he was the biggest one. Yeah, David Stern, the former commissioner of the NBA. Then we had the George Floyd situation back in May. Months-long riots from that. Well, there were riots, but they were mostly protesters. And that didn't just happen in Minneapolis. There was a riot and protest in Portland, Oregon. There was a statue in my hometown of Baltimore that got taken down and thrown into the Inner Harbor. Of course, then, not too long ago, there was an explosion they had that leveled 3 houses, and I think 3 people died from that. I think. And just a week before that, there was an explosion in another country, and I forget where that was. But I tell you, even when watching that explosion on TV, the big white smoke that was coming toward. I know it's on TV, but it still made me jump. Yeah, because I kind of get jumpy when I watch shark programs. I'm like, ugh! And it's on TV, and yet I still jump anyway. I don't think you could pay me enough to go scuba diving out in the deep ocean, and Yeah, I ain't afraid of dying, but I don't want to die that way. I don't want my death to be as a result of a shark attack. Just like one time when I said, there were 2 states I will never move to. One was California because of the earthquake. I mean, this is back when I was a kid. I said, I'm never moving to California. My mom said, why? I said, earthquake. Now, I was 10 years old at that time when I said that. And then the second one I said, as I got a little older, and I said, I actually have a second state that I'll never move to. And my mom said, what's that one? I said, Florida. She said, why? I said, Mom, I've seen it on TV where alligators roam the streets in Florida. Certain parts. So, when you fast forward to 2010, I met a niece of the lady I was taking care of. And, we just kind of started talking, and I remember, and then she moved, I think in 2013 to, no, 2012 to Florida. And I remember one night we were having a conversation that said, well, she hadn't moved yet. And she was still in Arizona at the time, and she said, I said to her, I said, you couldn't get me to move to Florida. She goes, why? I said, alligators, crocodiles, the roaming the streets freely. And, a couple of days later, when her and I talked again, she said, I told Mom and Dad what you said. And I said, how did you tell them? She said, well, I told them Billy has this crazy idea that alligators roam the streets in Florida. And I'm pretty sure they laughed at me. But a week later, I think it was, she shows me a video from a local affiliate down there. And alligator was roaming the streets, and I said, didn't I tell you? And she just said, LOL. I was like, I should have saved that for a Thursday throwback story. Oh well. But anyway, and I ended up eventually moving to Florida. I was down there for a year. And I'm going to be honest, I would love to move back. I really would. It's too clean for my liking here. So, but that's down the road. I'm going to stick with here for where I'm at for right now. Man, I can't believe it. Today makes 1 year, and I don't know if you can hear traffic as they go by. I don't know if the microphones can pick it up, but I got up at 9:30, and here it is 10:23. Not even an hour yet, and here I am. I'm already making a video. So, anyway, the other day I had to deal with the trespasser. Let me tell you that story. I saw him as he walked by. He was going that direction. And then about a minute later, he walks in front of my window, unaware that I could see, out any kind of movement. He walked, he walked right on by, went around the corner. I don't know what he did, but I'm going to go on the assumption that he took a leak. Okay? And, tell me he did not do that. Because what happened was I got up, I was listening to music. I took my earbuds out of my ear. And I was like this. I got up and I stormed towards the door. I just walked. I didn't say anything, I just walked. I saw my cousin drive by. That's the one who was living with my aunt, and that's the one who I was living with before I moved here. And the guy comes around, and he goes on the far side of the property. He doesn't cross the street, but he goes toward along the side of the road. And I know you can't see my hand gestures. As I'm at the door, the next room over, all I do is look up. As he walked by, he looked right at me. And I looked at him, and then I just watched him until he cleared my landlord's house, meaning he was out of sight. So I walk around up to the corner of the house to look to see what was going, down that direction. I didn't see anything, and that's why I said he probably did what I'm thinking he did. So I told my landlord, I said, you know what, to prevent this from happening again, put a sign up saying no trespassing. Because there's a trucking company that's right next door to where I'm at. So I asked my landlord, I said, how far does your property go? Because there is a strip of grass there. She said that strip of grass is her property. But anything beyond that, it belongs to the trucking company. I said, okay. So, meaning that whatever this guy did, he did it on this property. I told my landlord this yesterday. I said, if he had just knocked on the door and say, hey, I need to use the bathroom. Can I use your bathroom? Because really, I don't have anything in the bathroom for anybody to steal anyway. I wasn't sure, but I would have given him a mask and say, put this on and go use it. And then, because I don't know you. Why would I invite him to stay? But I mean, I would have been more than happy, willing to let him use the bathroom. But because I do have mats, I got a couple bucks. Yeah. I can't remember when the last time I yawned this so much. I'm, if you need to use the bathroom, just knock and ask. I mean, there's nothing too difficult about that. Just ask. That's all you have to do. Ask. I mean, cause the type of person I am, I try to be compassionate. There's been times when I've walked the streets of Baltimore where I had to use the bathroom, and there were strangers who let me use their bathroom. So it would have been hypocritical of me not to kind of do that for somebody else. It's kind of like paying it forward. So that's what today's video is about. My 1 year that I've been here. So let's see what other celebrities have died. Bill Withers, who sings that song called Lean on Me. And then there were some people that I know in my personal life who have died. One of them died to pancreatic cancer. Of all the cancers out there, I think that is the most aggressive one. Alex Trebek has it, which is why he hasn't been on those Colonial Penn commercials. And I get it, you can't do it forever. Everything has to come to an end. Don't even know how long Jeopardy's going to last. And if Jeopardy were to go on, who would the new host be? And could that host be as successful as Alex? To keep that show going. Sometimes people just like the original host rather than a new one. I can see that being the case with Price is Right. I just liked it better when Bob Barker was on it. But now you got Drew Carey. At least I think he's still doing that show. But I remember as a kid growing up during the summer months, every morning at 11 o'clock on CBS, well, at least locally, Price is Right comes on. And I'm not much of a game show fanatic anymore as I used to be. Game shows I used to watch a lot were that, Price is Right, Hollywood Squares, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Love Connection. But I was very little with that one. But my mom used to watch them late nights, and if I happened to still be up, I would watch it with her. There's Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, obviously. The Weakest Link. What was that one show called? Oh, man. Fear Factor. Fear Factor. I don't know if I could ever be a contestant on that one. I don't know. I mean, with the stuff you have to eat and everything. The original American Gladiators. Oh, I like that one. Gemini, Ice. Those are the two main names that I can remember from that. I'm just basically telling you how old I am here. There's a lot of game shows that I've watched over the years, but I haven't been lately. But I did watch two the other night, unintentionally, to be honest. Well, one I did was called The Wall, and there was one question. It asked where it was NASCAR's track, Talladega. Where, in what state is it? I knew it was in Alabama. And they said Florida. I was like, oh no, you got to be kidding me. It's in Alabama. Daytona is in Florida. Well, obviously they got the question wrong. And speaking of Talladega, it's already raced yesterday. There was another question that was asked when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016. How many years has it been since their last one? And I'm pretty sure almost all my YouTube subscribers, well, maybe all of them, was not even live back then when that happened. And, I mean, there are people back in 2016 when the Cubs won the World Series that now they can go to heaven. You know, it's just like, wow. And there were people that died. I heard stories on TV that it's like hours later after the Cubs won the World Series, there was people who were alive back then that had passed away. But at least they went out with a bang, you know. But the three options was 68 years, 88 years, or 108. And they got the question right, but I can't believe they struggled with that one. That which tells me they're really not sports fans, you know. So when it comes to sports, I can, depending on the sport, I can usually answer that question directly because I'm a sports fanatic. So, alright, well, I wasn't intending this video to be nearly 28 minutes long, but hey, I'm happy to make it. I want to thank the new subscribers I've got recently, and I hope I can continue to get more. Hopefully, I can continue to make more videos. It's just a matter of what can I talk about. If you're wondering where I've been since the last time I made video, I haven't gone anywhere. It's just that I've been busy with my Minecraft project. It's something that, you know, keeps me occupied without having to look at these same four walls all day long. That's basically what that is. So, this will probably be the longest video I've ever posted. I'm gonna go from there. I don't know how long this video is going to take to render, given how long this video is going to be. So, just try to. I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to push it to even 30 minutes, so that way, it's flat. You know, this is a long video. Good. Right now, it's approaching 29 minutes, so we've got a little over a minute to go, and 29 minutes now. So, alright, with that, I will end the video there. I just hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday on this October 5th, 2020. Today makes 1 year that I've been here, and so it becomes I think, fourth place I've ever lived at, for maybe fifth, in my whole lifetime. I've have at least 1 year in one location. Because when I was a kid, I bounced around a lot during my early days in Baltimore, just bounced around. So I'm glad I have that stability now. So, alright, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.